in these two races. They can either lock in or they can load up and go home with nothing.
It's a race at Daytona. You want to win it.
Two races, a whole lot of faces.
Watching Bobby Labonte back there at the back of this pack down on the inside there, he held her wide open the last couple of laps, and he's moving up in a hurry. Caught right up to the back of David Rudiman there.
He's got a ways to go if he's going to get past Mike Bliss. Looks like Bliss is going to race his way in. Labonte needs to hold that spot. Oh, Vickers gets the wall, just kisses it.
He'd been flirting with it.
Inside.
For the last 10 laps.
That's what happens to these cars as they get late in a run. You know, the handle starts to really go away. The tires are pretty hot and probably pretty worn. You've got to really watch yourself.
I tell you what, they'll have a tough time getting by that 14 car now with 5 laps to go. I believe they got that car driving good for Tony Stewart. And there's the battle right there. Mike Bliss, Casey Mears, Bobby Labonte, 36, 90, and 71 when they get back, 4 to go.
Boy, something happened to Bliss. He backed up right to Casey Mears.
Boom.
Who gives Rudiman a shot. Bliss might have had to get out of the throttle because after Vickers got up and into the fence.
I don't 90 car's a pretty good piece, though. It's handling good. Got a good bit of steam on the hood, and I'm thinking got a shot here.
There's Scott Speed in that 82 car, the silver car. He's becoming a player again.
4 cars racing for 2 spots. 4 laps to go.
Right now is right. You know, we've been out here on these tires now. It's Larry, about 35 laps, I guess. These tires have got a lot of laps on them. They're probably pretty worn at this point.
Watch them coming off turn number 4, particularly Hornish and the 12.
Whoops.
Whoa. Sideways Sam.
Yeah. Sam got sideways, and then Keselowski and the 12 got sideways in the same place.
3 laps to go. Bliss, Mears, Labonte, and Speed for the 4 cars for the 2 transfer spots right there.
And it's
Nose to tail.
It's a long way back to the other cars behind that group right there. That's the tail end of this pack.
Mears tries the middle.
I think
nothing there.
I think one thing that's maybe backing these guys up a little bit is that 83 car. You know, after he got in the wall, looks like he's kind of got that outside bottled up.
Hornish drops down to the apron.
Hornish is in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah, something's wrong with him.
That car kept wanting to jump to the wall at turn 4.
And then bring it in there, bud, if it's that weak. No sense in doing anything extra here.
Good point.
It looked like the right front tire could have been soft on the car. It's hard to tell.
Tony Stewart brings him back to the line. 2 laps to go. And it's still Mike Bliss and Casey Mears in the transfer spots. The 36 and the 90.
I believe Bobby Labonte is sitting there in a spot where he thinks he's got that 90 car set up. I really think he's got a car good enough to maybe get by him.
Well, Rudiman covered the low lane.
Boy, the 98.
Yep.
Boy, that really hurt Casey Mears right there. The 98 turned just sideways in front of him, and we got a battle for the lead, guys. Holy cow.
Casey Mears up at the front. Here comes Scott Speed for a transfer spot. He gets past Mears on the right side of the screen.
And this is all happening. They'll be coming back to the white flag next time by.
That happened because the 98 car got sideways down here in 1 and 2, and they all had to back up a little bit.
So now it's Bliss and Speed in the transfer spots. Can Casey Kane hold him off for one more lap?
I think, like you said, that 14 and that 2, if they could possibly get hooked up here, and here comes Matt Kenseth. Help is on the way, Smoke, if you just hang on to her.
And all Casey Kane in that 9 can do is just try to work him back and forth between him. I think the low place is where he needs to be, as long as they don't get the run on the high side.
Looking back from the leader, Casey Kane.
Here comes 14 on the outside.
And he's going to get a shot from Montoya. Watch him through 3 and 4 on the high side here.
That's all it took right there, just that extra little boost.
That 2 Chevys hooked up.
Here we come.
Slingshotted Tony Stewart right alongside Casey Kane.
Looks like the first race. The man on the inside won the first one. Let's see what happens here.
All right, who's going to make the Daytona 500?
I believe Stewart. Now Kane's fighting back. It's Kane, I believe.
Got it. Casey Kane. Good racing. Good racing. Woo!
Unbelievable.
Here's the margin right here.
That's the way it's supposed to be right here.
And now we'll go back and look at the transfer spot run to the finish. Mike Bliss in the 36. It was Bliss, Speed, Mears, and Labonte to see who would get the final transfer spot.
Tommy Baldwin, the owner of that 36 car, 2 years in a row, they have raced their way in, and they did it with a backup car this year.
And here it is. The 36 of Bliss by himself and Scott Speed in clean air. Speed makes the race, and that means that Michael Waltrip's qualifying speed will put him in the race on Sunday.